We begin today's recording by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we are on. I am on Burrawang land. Where are you, Breezer?
I am on the land of the Djajarurrung people.
We pay our respects to the elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who are tuning in today.
And wherever you're listening to the potty today, make sure you know whose land you're on. Join us each week for some booze-free banter about life without booze.
If you're entertaining cutting back your booze by a day, a week, a month, or for the rest of your life, we would love for you to tune in.
Buckle up and come along for a ride that may just change your life. If any of today's conversations have been triggering, please reach out to your local support centre in Australia. That is Lifeline 131114. Let's crack a bottle, Meso.
Let's crack on, Breezer. What are you hooking into today?
Well, I'm actually drinking the last half of the bottle. I cracked open the Altina non-alcoholic wine, the Kakadu Plum Rosé last week. So I'm drinking the rest of that today.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm twinning with you. Love a bit of Kakadu Plum.
Oh, delish.
How good is it? Yes.
So delish.
Yes.
I'm drinking mine chilled. It's been in the refrigerator, so it's nice and chilled. And the Kakadu Plum Rosé is part of the Liberate collection, which I saw in store the other day at Zero Liquor in Bendigo.
Oh,
I actually bought a bottle of the Shiraz because I was out of it. So I went and bought some.
How good. This guy.
Yeah.
Good. God, that's a good drop.
The pepperberry Shiraz?
Pepperberry Shiraz, yep.
Yeah.
Pepperberry Shiraz, yeah. Great.
Delicious. And they have given our listeners, Meso, a discount code, which is so generous. What is it?
So good. It's BFB15 when you shop at www.altinadrinks.com. Get you 15% off. Yeah.
Yes. Shop up a stall. Thank you, Altina.
Thank you, Altina. We love you.
We love you. Meso.
Breezer.
How's it going?
I'm going great. Thanks. How are you going?
I'm great. Thank you.
Talk to me. You're up and about. You've had a great weekend.
I did. Yes. I went away with the gals and families and some friends to Moama. So it was a long weekend in June and it just so happens to fall on my birthday. We don't go away for that reason, but it so happens that we do.
Happy birthday, darling.
Which is
Happy
nice.
Birthday.
Yeah, thank you. So I actually started it on Friday. I went out for lunch with my family, which was lovely. And then, rolled into the weekend. And I think we spoke off air about this, Meso, and I was like, I'm definitely not drinking on the weekend. Got the kids around. I did have a few. Yeah,
good one.
I did.
What'd you have?
Sparkling Shiraz. We actually went to a winery, this beautiful winery on the Murray.
Yeah.
And so their non-alc choice was Coke, lemon lime bitters, Sprite. So I started on lemon lime bitters, and out of a wine glass, which I forgot to take home because you buy your wine glass or you can hire it and then you can take it back or take it home. Anyway, and then, I had 2 glasses of sparkling Shiraz, but just observations, Meso, because I am awake. So the band, my dear friend requested the band to play Happy Birthday. And they were like, where's the birthday girl? I'm like, here I am. And he's like, oh, you look too sober to be the birthday girl. That's what he said. So I was just like, on your mate, gave the thumbs up. So that was interesting. But I actually bought a slab of, I bought the Altina pepperberry Shiraz before I went away, and I bought a slab of Heaps Normal. So I had them. I sort of alternated every now and then. I'd have an alcoholic drink, then back to my Heaps Normal. So I probably the most drinks I had was 2 to 3. So again, like complete contrast to how I would normally have carried on if it was my birthday weekend. So I'm still working on it, Masa. I'm still stuck in that space of, am I continuing to moderate? Because I'm going okay. I am going to say pat on the back to me because I am going okay.
Yeah.
But do I want to go back to not drinking, which I know how good it was?
Yeah.
And again, I know that I'm drinking just to fit in and just to have a drink and just because I am enjoying having a nice glass of bubbles, for example.
Yeah.
But I'm still sort of self-reflecting.
Yeah, which I think is a great thing. You haven't ripped the lid off it and just completely got poleaxed and waking up the next day with anxiety. Like,
Nah, not interested in that. Not interested.
Yeah, which is a big shift. Because I remember when I, dabbled back in, dipped my toe back in over the years, and I couldn't really control it because I wasn't educated. So I think that's a big.
I think that's been a massive thing, Meso, the education.
Yeah,
a huge thing.
Yeah.
So I said I wouldn't drink, so I was a bit like, oh, why did you do it? Like, why did you do it? So I'm still sort of questioning that a little bit,
grappling with that. But then are you? Well, then I just rein it back and go, well, no one died. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, I know.
You're allowed to change your mind.
And that's what one of my friends said. She goes, don't be so hard on yourself, Breezer.
Yeah. I think you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and it's the same with food or anything we do, or going to the gym or not going to the gym. You know, we wake up each morning and go, right, I'm not going to eat any chocolate today. And by 10 o'clock, we're having two dimmies, two dim sims.
The one thing I will say though that I did notice is like I looked tired the next day.
Yeah.
I didn't have super late nights. I think the latest I went to bed was 11:30 because we're in a caravan park, so you just sort of got to keep it, civil. But I reckon just my complexion. I saw it in my complexion.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And you would have, and then reflecting on what drinking used to be like, and that's what you look like all the time.
And plus worse because I'd had no sleep.
Yeah. Did you ever wake up in the morning and go, who is that?
Oh, mate, many times, Meso.
Out of shape.
Oh, no, rank. Rank. What about you?
Oh, I feel you. So, well, happy birthday. I'm glad you had a beautiful weekend. And, if you enjoyed those drinks, that's okay. Like, it's that's your choice. And a reminder to our listeners, stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
Don't pin your sobriety on Breezer and my decisions. We're just sharing our story. So,
And I think that's why I'm conscious too, Meso, because I'm like, oh, well, people might be thinking, well, if Breezer's decided to have a drink again, I will too.
Yeah.
So, just reiterating what you said, stay in your lane, don't pin your sobriety on ours, and do what's right for yourself.
Exactly. It's your choice, your body, and it doesn't give you permission just to rip the lid off it. And I think that's the difference here is you're having a lot of self-reflection and thinking about it and you're educated and you're keeping a real lid on it. So reining it in. Good job.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. It's a bloody beast, this booze.
I was helpful, though, again, because I drove to and from the winery and there was a group of them on the bus and they needed to get more booze and darts. So I was helpful because I went to the bottle shop for them.
Oh, that's so good, the Go-Far. Do you remember, what was the Bendigo Go-Getters? It was
Go-Getters,
before Uber.
It's the Bendigo Go-Getters, $5 for anything.
Oh, that was so funny. It was well before Uber. It was like 25 years ago.
It was just after I finished, pretty much bang on, Mesa. It was just after I finished high school, which would be vintage. Yep.
So clever. You could call this little car. It was it was a maroon Fiesta, Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
Bendigo Go-Getters, $5. We'd just go and grab you anything at any time. Darts, drinks, Maccas, wherever you were. It was so good.
I knew one of the drivers,
Uber.
a guy, was one of the guy I was friends with, was one of the drivers.
That's unreal.
So he'd get a call every Sunday.
That's so good. I know. Durries. Oh, that's so good.
What about you, Meso? Talk to me.
What can I tell you? I could lie.
Tempting.
Or I could actually really tell you how I'm feeling right now. And okay, I've got some really bubbling anxiety going on at the moment. Just triggered by a few little things going on in life. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Trying to keep a lid on it. Even in bed this morning, didn't want to go to the gym, just woke up with this, heart racing, really heavy in the chest. Anyway, it's a lot and I'm a bit wobbly today, if I'm really honest with everybody.
Hey, mate.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get through it. And I went to the gym, had a great workout with Bridgie. That was awesome. And I just know, breaking it down, I think that's what I put it down to. I just wanted to spend the whole day in bed. Thought that's going to be no good for me. I just need to break it down into baby steps. Just talk through it, get yourself out of bed, go to the gym because you know that's going to be really good for you. It's just breaking it down into baby-sized chunks of getting through the day.
Yeah.
And I know that these things, as hard and as much as I'm trying to push myself to do them, I know they're better for me and they'll be a great distraction and I'll feel so much better for it. But it's really quite hard at the moment. Like, it's sitting right there and I could just burst into tears right now. But you know, I've got the help. I had a beautiful acupuncture appointment yesterday. I've still got all of my practices in place. It's a lot of residue, if I'm really honest, from the, you know, last year and the residue of that rough breakup that's bubbling up. Because when you start dating somebody else and it's really exciting and really good, but these things trigger up when your heart's cracked open, which is really exciting, but it also gives you that other side as well where you're just terrified of abandonment, you know.
And that vulnerability as well when you're starting to date somebody because you're putting yourself out there again.
Yep.
Fully open.
Yeah, cracked it open. So I've had a few did I talk about that and the cravings in the last one, wanting to go and have a drink? Did I talk about that in the last episode?
No, I don't think
remember.
so.
I might have. Well, I'll go through it. So sorry if you've heard this before, but I did. I was having a bit of a waz out and I just wanted to pour booze on it. I knew that it was going to be a great escape. Actually, I have spoken about this. I remember time stamping it. But yeah, so I was never ever going to actually drink, but I knew that having a drink and pouring on it would have numbed those feelings straight away as well. Obviously leaning towards chocolate, or also leaning into, and I was talking to friends about it the other day, and I'm sure women in the dating world can understand this. If you feel rejection from one guy, you instantly gravitate towards an ex or another guy just to get a little hit for your ego.
Yeah.
Just to feel like you still got it. Do you know what I mean? Really, I don't know whether they're unhealthy, they're destructive habits, but it's really interesting now that I don't have alcohol of what I'm leaning towards to give me a little lift when I'm feeling anxious, to just make you feel safe and okay, you are loved and all that stuff. And you've just got to do it yourself. I think,
I don't know anyone that doesn't have a vice.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. It's either drugs, alcohol, food, sex, porn.
Yeah.
You name it.
Something.
Yeah. There's always something that we need to give us a little lift. But I think that's what I'm so grateful for in this sobriety is I can really listen to what I'm feeling, really feel it. And that's what my acupuncturist Costa said yesterday. He said, you used to be pouring alcohol on all of this. So these feelings are big. Yeah. And I know every time I go through this stuff, it is all part of the healing and it will propel me forward and make me stronger and all of those things. I know that. And so my message here that for our listeners, if you have got that bubbling anxiety or you're going through something, it will pass. I know this too shall pass. I know, fuck off. It is bullshit, but it's you will get through it. And you've got to have all the colours. You can't be on the high all the time.
And that's a massive thing. Meso, for you to then, like, for the first time in your life, in your whole life, you're feeling these things.
Yeah.
Normally you just, numb them. That's the first time.
Yeah. Yep. It's wild and it's heavy and I don't love it. Like, I'm not loving it, but because I can feel it. And I guess probably mostly I feel for people who get this all the time, who are living with anxiety every single day. Mine is trigger points. And I can see why it is. And, you know, this has happened because of this and this, and it passes. But I just feel so for people who are in this space all the time. It's awful. It's a lot. So
debilitating.
It is debilitating.
Yeah.
So I feel extremely lucky that that I know that why I'm experiencing this at the moment. So, so I could have lied and told you about an island in Samoa, but but I'm an open book. I can't not say. So you'll probably hear that I'm a bit wobbly throughout the pod. Can you feel that anxious energy, Breezer?
Well, now that you brought it up, I couldn't off air before when we were chatting. But now that you brought it up, okay.
She's a wobble dog. She's a
wobble dog, but we've got you back, Meso.
Thanks, mate. I'm like a shopping trolley with a broken wheel today. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you for sharing. Thank
That's
you for sharing.
okay. That's all good. Oh, just a quick note as well. I do have a therapist appointment with a trauma specialist recommended by a friend recently, and I've got some nice naturopath supplements coming from my friend Elise, who, if you have a look on our Instagram page, Henburn and Hecker is my naturopath, and she's amazing and has got me onto some amazing supplements to help with sleep and all sorts of things. So can't wait to get those in my life. So yeah, putting the steps in place.
Awesome. Love it. Well done, Meso. Well done.
Thanks, mate. All right. What do we got?
Well, we're going to roll into shame or confession. What do you want to do?
Oh, shame. Actually, this is from a listener. Actually.
Same.
Oh, great. It's so much better telling other people's stories.
I know. Yeah.
You gotta have shame on your name. Shame on your
What do you got?
Okay, so this comes from a male friend. This story this event happened quite a few years ago. So he was going to Europe with few of his friends. So finished work, whatever day it was. Got a bit excited because he was flying out the next day. So had a few bevies with him and his misso, and I think he said there was a few other people there, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't an organised party, but it was just like, yep, going away tomorrow, so let's knock a few back, and knocked a lot back. And to the point, so he went to bed. I think he said he had to fly out at like 3 o'clock I had to wake up at 3 o'clock the next morning to get to the airport, and woke up. So he'd had fish and chips that night for dinner. Woke up when the alarm went off, spewed absolutely everywhere. So all through the bed, him and his misso were sleeping in, all over the carpet, and it was he said it was that really thick shag pile sort of carpet. So spewed everywhere. There's no time to clean the spew up because they've got to get him down to the airport. So they got to the airport. His girlfriend then at the airport, when it was then 9 o'clock in the morning, whenever it was, had to ring the the carpet cleaner people, and they had to go in and clean the whole thing up. From there was no all the chunks, all these fishy chunks were there. They had to go in and deal with the whole disgusting lot. No time to clean. Yep. Got to catch a plane. Got to scram.
Oh,
God. Yeah, those poor people, I'm sure, they've seen it all being in the carpet cleaning industry, but yeah.
I'm just that fish spew smell.
Oh, I know.
And stuck in carpet. You'd just burn the carpet, wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you? Just rip it up, burn it.
Yeah,
so rank balls. That came in. Someone was chatting to me at the pod. He's like, "Oh, I've got a story for you." And I was like, "Can I share?" He's like, "Yeah, no worries."
Love that. Thanks for sharing.
Friend.
Thank you, friend. This one's a little bit sad. A friend was telling, or friendly listener. They went to a funeral of a school friend. May he rest in peace. This is 20 years ago or something. Have you seen Wedding Crashers, the movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
She got so blind. She
at the funeral.
So blind. She's ended up pashing the dead man's brother.
Yeah.
And the dead man's best friend same night. And then, ended up going home with the poor dead man's brother for Wedding Crashers. Oh. And she was saying that when she was macking on with the passed away friend's brother at the pub, the mother of both sons was just just loving it. She was like, look after him. It's so good. And she was like, she was just wrapped that he was getting a little pep up.
Oh, bless.
From there. But full Wedding Crashers and not one of her proudest moments at all. She was, still pretty horrified to this day.
I was going to say, did she wake up with regret, Shay? Did she go through all those emotions the next day?
All the things and more. And she said she still feels really ill about it to this day because it was pretty inappropriate. It's not the time or place to be picking up and macking on.
That's it. Read the room.
Do you know
Read
what
the
I
room.
mean? Yeah. But anyway, I think she said she was trying to do a good deed, wanted to just give her old school friends a bit of a. And don't you reckon, like, when you go to school reunions, like I've heard this from other friends as well. I have never been to a school reunion, but people tell me about it. They end up hooking up with their old flames
Yeah.
from like when they were 16. So
Yeah.
I think that's what it was as well. It was all this young pubescent love in the room.
I'd love to
When they were-
know. I'd actually love to know how often that happens, Meso.
Oh, more times than I reckon.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's a lot of emotion and
Yeah.
just
An outlet.
not thinking straight.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, full Reading crashes. What was his name? What were the
Oh, like
Vince Vaughn and
yeah.
Owen
Wilson.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
And it was
that.
I Love Fisher. I'll fuck you. All right.
All righty. Thank you. Loved that.
Love that. Mm.
What are we talking about today, Mesa? Because I'm excited for this topic. Oh, actually, can I just say one thing before we roll into it?
Yeah.
I just want to say, so I got sent this article
Mm.
from a friend last night, and now I can't find it. Here we go. So she's actually sent it to me and said it was. My phone's been playing up, so just hold tight, Ron.
Okay.
It's an old article from the local paper in Bendigo.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to read it out. Like I'm talking like it's hard to see on the screen, Meso, but it's like yellow. Like the article's now yellow.
Okay.
So it's an old paper cutting that she's cut out.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to read it. So it's titled "It Makes Sense to Abstain from Alcohol." So an author, I haven't read his name, May Kent, May Kent has written it. So it's only a short one. What a wonderful world it would be without alcohol. In your paper of Jan 27th, you stated there were many alcoholics in our midst. These people who would have scoffed at the idea of total absence before becoming alcoholics have now found that they have to become total abstainers anyway. What a lot of heartache and trouble for themselves. Their family could have been saved if they were total abstainers, excuse me, from the beginning. No one knows when they take their first drink if it will lead to alcoholism. So it makes sense to abstain from the first drink so the addictive qualities of this insidious poison won't get a hold of you. Now we find that people are drinking more wine than beer. Wine has double the amount of alcohol in it than beer. It must have been a letter to the editor. Yeah, now that I've read it again, it was a letter to the editor.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, highlighting alcohol and the damage. We might post that up on our Instagram.
And it was a long time ago. How long ago?
Well, she just said many, many years ago.
Oh, well across it.
And it's like that. It's got the coffee stain vibe about it now, hasn't it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Golly gosh. Yeah, don't even start.
It's interesting.
Yeah, talking about don't even starting, our topic today is about
who's sober?
Yeah.
Who's sober?
Who's sober?
And I don't know about you, Meso, but when I stopped drinking, I started looking up who, like celebrities that are sober. Just to not to be relatable because they're clear celebrities, I'm not, but just to, I don't know.
You're a celebrity.
Not just to, I don't know, get a bit of common ground with these celebrities perhaps.
Yeah. Well, we do. We always look to them, don't we? They've been in our lounge since, that we were little kids.
They're the original influences.
Correct, yeah. So
I've made a list. Have you made a list?
I've got a little bit of a list, but I'll just quickly say, or in our own worlds. No, we'll go with you. You crack on.
You sure?
Yep, I do.
Well, I've made a list of Aussies, so onshore sober people and offshore sober people.
Love
and
this.
These are all people, obviously, that we haven't spoken to on the potty.
Yeah.
And I will say that I will share the links of where I found these lists in our show notes because they actually also go deeper and share the story of that person.
Great.
So,
yes,
and I sort of skimmed over it, but I am going to go back and have a look. So Robert Irwin doesn't drink.
Little Bob.
Little Bob. So he's obviously the late Steve Irwin's son, and he's about 19. He's a photographer.
Yeah, very
Well done.
and great content. Great content.
Yeah. So
He's,
little Bobby,
he's so up and about. Yeah.
he's little fresh faced Bobby, doesn't drink.
Mm.
David Campbell,
Yeah, Jimmy
son
Barnes'
of Jimmy
son.
Barnes, yep,
Yep.
who's obviously on TV morning shows, I think.
Yep.
Peter Siddle, Australian cricketer,
Mm.
gave it a bit of a touch up and stopped. Chrissy Swan, we all know Chrissy Swan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark Boris, I believe, doesn't drink, so he's like a Aussie entrepreneur.
Mm. Yeah.
Kayla Itzines, I never say her name right.
yeah.
She's a very famous personal trainer in Australia.
Yeah.
Keith Urban,
Keithy.
yeah, Keithy, he's got a bit of a story.
Yeah.
Osher Ginsberg,
Yep. Hush.
formerly, what was his
What was
name
his
before he
name?
changed it? Oh my gosh, there was James was his co-host.
Let
Was
me
it
have a look for you.
James and Andrew and
Oh yeah, Andy G.
Andy G.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, Ruby.
Didn't know
Yeah,
she
Ruby.
didn't drink, so she's got alcoholism in her family.
Yeah,
So
right.
she steers clear.
Yeah.
Matt Agnew,
Yeah, Dr. Matt.
he was on The Bachelor. Yeah.
Mhm.
And also didn't know Elise Knowles.
Yeah. Byron Bay.
Yeah, knew she didn't like drink a lot, but doesn't drink.
Yeah, so funny. I had these people on my list too, and it blew
All
my
of them?
sweet mind.
Like all of them?
I was like, I was coming into it going, Freddie will never know this one. And you had been shattered that I was like, did not giving you the response.
The reactions were like,
yeah,
didn't
they
blow my
weren't-
head off.
Sorry, mate.
We've been
I should
looking at
have
the
just
same
lied.
article.
I should have lied.
All right, I'll head over to you now. That's my onshore people.
That's your onshore. Well, I've got who did I have here that was the Aussies as well? Was Phoebe Burgess. Phoebe.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was. I saw her as well, but didn't really know. She's an
No.
influencer, isn't she, or a model?
She was married to Cam Burgess. Cam? Is that his name? No, that's a guy I work with.
Hi, Cam.
Cam Burgess.
Sam.
He's a rugby player and he
Yes.
TV.
Yes.
And she's a
Did not know that was
she's
her.
got a podcast as well.
Yes,
She's got
she
a potty.
does.
Yes.
Ah, good on her.
Yeah, Elise Knowles as well. You said Rubes. I've got more overseas ones because we're getting all of these Aussie ones on with us.
Yeah. I've got a list. I'll tick them off as you read them out, Maso. See if you can surprise me.
It's Eddie. Well, Russell Brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jada Pinkett Smith. Yep. Demi Lovato.
Who's that?
Demi Lovato. I don't know
What's her
Demi.
claim to fame?
She's a singer.
Okay.
She was in, I think, was she a Disney Bird? One of those crew? We need to check that. Anyway, we'll circle back on that. She's and obviously Rob Lowe. These are all the big names. Charlie Sheen, Robert Downey Jr., Elton John, Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah, recently. Oh, actually, I'll tell you the ones that I didn't know, actually.
Yeah.
Is Zac Efron.
Yes. Did
you
know,
know
but had
that?
forgotten. Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes. Harry Potter.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beebs. Justin
The
and Hailey
Biebs?
Bieber. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar.
Are you a rapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Pharrell.
I know. I had him on my list and I was like, Pharrell.
Yeah. How's that?
That was, didn't know him.
Yeah, that he says that stuff isn't for me. Pharrell says it never really has been. The super producer, rapper, and designer has been sober since at least 2004. How wild's that?
Wild.
That's unreal. Yep. And Zac Efron's been in rehab in 2013. Yep. And he's been sober since. Isn't that wild? Eva Mendes.
Didn't know her either, but
Yep. She's married to Ryan Gosling. Hot team.
Hot couple.
Oh. What did she say? After completing rehab in 2008, Eva Mendes has been on the sober path on sobriety. She said, I'm proud of the people who have determination and the fearlessness to actually go face their demons and get better.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Huge, yeah.
Tyra Banks.
Oh, the model.
Yeah. Yep. Mossy, Kate Moss.
Yeah, Mossy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she used to give it a pretty hard touch up when she was with Pete Doherty, I reckon.
And all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says here, despite her status as one of the big partiers of the 90s, or maybe because of it, model Kate Moss no longer drinks at all. If she can do it, we all can.
Huh.
How funny. Naomi Campbell.
Yep.
Got her.
Didn't know until I read that.
Yeah. And Bella Hadid.
Yes, well, she's got a drink too now, hasn't she?
Oh, she?
Think so.
Got a
Yeah,
bevy?
she's got a drink out. Yep, got a drink.
Yeah, right.
A non-alc drink.
And going back to what you were saying before about that article that you wrote about not even trying it is Jennifer Hudson. She's never touched a drop in her life.
Wow.
I'm so jealous of that.
Never touched a drop. How? How, people?
I know. She said, she goes, the blockbuster star of 2020's respect certainly has a healthy respect for alcohol, as she's never had a drop in her life. I've never been interested. Nobody ever believes me.
Huh.
How about that? Colin Farrell?
Colin.
Yeah.
Oh, Banshee.
How funny.
I thought he probably has a history. I don't know his story, but I imagine being from Ireland, it was in his life at some point.
Yeah,
Booze.
so Colin Farrell has been sober for about 15 years after struggling with alcohol when he first got to La La Land from Ireland. It's an impressive stint and one worth celebrating. Isn't it fascinating? Like, and what was that? And your boy, Bradley
Cooper. The Coops. Yeah.
The Coops.
The Coops.
Well,
the two Brads, really.
Yeah, because he helped him out, didn't he?
Brad Pitt helped.
No, other way around.
Was it?
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper helped Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
two hotties helping each other.
Hotties in the house. I've got a few more here, but you have.
Yeah, no, go.
Jessica Simpson, Megan Fox, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, hang on, Megan Fox. Just back it up, girlfriend. Didn't know she didn't. we need to talk about this as well.
I've only got a
Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway. And she stopped because she, when she became a mum, she was like, I'm done with hangovers. And these little people need me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's openly spoken about that.
Love that. Kristen Davis, so Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
What was her? Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte. Yes. She was, yes.
And then back to, and Drew Barrymore.
Yes, Drew, she's off it. I think she had a stint in rehab too, didn't she?
Yeah, I think she had a couple of goes. Chrissy Teigen recently. She'd been off it for 6 months, I think. And do you know her line was, it just wasn't serving me?
Was it? I reckon she's been off it longer, Meso. I reckon
you might be right, actually.
She popped on my radar, I reckon, at least last year. I reckon she's had her 1 year.
Yeah, right.
Anniversary.
Yeah. J-Lo, Natalie Portman, and back to the Aussie one. Sorry, I forgot about Jodie Gordon.
Jodie Gordon, yes, forgot about her.
And Hughesy. Hughesy's probably the longest Australian sober celebrity. Yeah.
Marty Shegold.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Who else have you got?
Just before I keep going, I was actually listening to it was Easter Sunday, I reckon. I was listening to the radio, the footy, and it was on like the whatever footy show it was on the radio, and there was a guy chatting, a young fella.
Yeah.
And he said he'd been out to is there a rock pool in Melbourne, Meso?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'd been out to rock pool and he goes, oh, we tied one on. He goes, yeah, we tied one on. And the guy's like, but you don't drink. And he goes, oh, yeah, but we had a good night, lots of food, da-da-da. And I was like, who is that commentator? And I've been trying to find out who it was. So if any of our listeners know, he's on like the Sunday pre-game. He's part of like the chat, I don't know, Fox Sport maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. But I did do a deep dive and I cannot for the life of me find out who it is. But yeah, I will. I will.
Pop up on our radar. Yeah.
It will pop up. So continue with the list.
No,
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yes, Miley.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
Doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Chris Lake. I don't know if he's American or English or Australian. What is he? Is he English?
I'm not sure.
He's a DJ for anyone who's not sure. Chris Lake, and he tours with Fisher, or him and Fisher tour together.
Yeah.
Calvin Harris.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think it like said under his name, like he did used to party pretty hard and then he just realized he couldn't do it while performing.
Yeah,
So
right.
he's,
Yeah.
no booze. Lily Allen.
Yes, I saw Lily.
Yes. She'd be great to have a yarn too.
She'd be good. Yep.
Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne. Yep.
Yeah, Cara Delevingne.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what's she famous for, Meso?
She's a model.
A model, yes,
Yeah.
model.
Yeah. And I think she might have been in something. I'll have a look while you're doing that.
Yeah, right. Blake Lively,
Oh, yeah, Blake.
married to Ryan Reynolds, another
Oh.
hot team. And she's also got a non-alcoholic drink called Betty or something. It's not available in Australia. So if you're traveling to America, there you go.
Get in there. Just quickly, Cara Delevingne was in like Suicide Squad, and she's big dog model.
Yeah, like went boom when she hit the scene. Like she rose to fame pretty quick.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
He
Off the
does
Piss.
some good content actually.
He does.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a great, and I should have actually jumped on here, May. So, Sober Celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Is a great Instagram account. They don't post every day, but they post some really, really good quality content.
Yeah, cracking.
So get on that.
Get on
That was my list, Meso.
me too. And that's not even exhausted.
Hell no.
but-
No.
And the reason that this topic like came up, because I thought about when we decided to give the sober journey a bit of a nudge, like who did you know was sober that wasn't a celebrity?
Yeah, no one, Meso, except I listened to the Sober Awkward podcast. That was it. And I don't know. I knew you'd done it before. I knew you had time off it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no one
that didn't drink in your world.
Don't think so. There probably is someone that's going, you forgot me.
Yeah.
There is two people. Oh, well, there is one that I know definitely doesn't drink.
Yeah.
A more mature age fella, really successful business person.
Yeah.
And Richard Branson.
Oh yeah, Dickie.
That's not him. But, Dickie, your boss. So him. And there was another businessman in Bendigo that I knew had huge stints off the booze.
Yeah,
so
okay.
He'd abstained for quite some time, but has gone back to it.
Yeah. Abstain.
What about abstained? Abstained. Cut that, Eric. Cut that out. What about this? What is it? You know, Johnny Knoxville, his friend, Steve. Is Steve sober?
I'm not sure.
Is Steve? Robbie Williams. I'm now
on Sober
Celebrities. Robbie Williams, Matthew Perry.
Oh yes, of course, his book.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, these are all amazing creatives. Actually, Ed Cavalier, who is Dave Hughes' co-host on Sydney Morning Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't drink either.
Who's he married to?
Tiffany Hall.
That's right. I knew there was. Yeah, I knew he had a hot wife. Jason Biggs.
Oh,
he was off American Pie, the main character. And you know what? Like some of these celebrities have had full blown addictions.
Yeah.
Others, like they've got varying. They've had varying relationships with alcohol. They're not. They weren't all addicts. Adele, she's off it. Remember? Yeah, she's off it.
Oh,
Christian Slater.
Oh, wasn't he just the?
Was it? What? Oh. Where is he? Where is he? I had him up on my bedroom wall, mate. So.
Same. I think him and Val Kilmer, weren't they? Johnny Depp. It was all that era, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had Craig McLachlan, keeping it real. Guy Pearce, Jason. What's his name?
Donovan.
Yes. Jason Donovan. And then I went mad on James Dean. Went mad on him.
Oh, did you?
Had a whole wall of James Dean paraphernalia. Went nuts, yeah. Oh. Still got it all.
Have you?
Still got it all. Cool. Tom Hardy.
Oh,
possibly one of the hottest men on earth.
Ever. Yeah. Is him and Giselle Splitsville, yeah?
Are they?
Are we talking about the same person?
Yeah, Tom Hardy, yeah.
they split up.
Oh, no. He's on the market, Meso.
Oh,
get,
chance.
get it slide to his DMs.
My anxiety is gone.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
Yeah, actress.
yeah, right.
She's off it.
Tom
Some big
Hardy.
hitters there. Oh, Boy George.
Are we talking about the same Tom Hardy?
Yeah, that real scruffy.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of a different person. Who's Giselle's ex-husband?
Al McPherson. Flying the flag as
Yeah.
well. She quit in her 40s. Just like me, Al.
Oh, Tom Brady. I'm thinking of Tom Brady.
Oh,
Who did you say?
Tom Hardy.
Nah, I'm talking
Tom
about
Brady's the bald one, isn't he?
Tom Brady's the
Bald?
footballer. He's a quarterback. for-
Okay. off the beaten path there. aren't we?
Wow, sorry. I should check if they drink. Get back to the conversation. Sorry. While you're having a bit more of a look there, I was thinking about the people that I knew that were sober when I gave the booze a flick. And I can remember one friend when we were over in the UK didn't drink. And the shame that I felt when she wasn't drinking, I felt judged.
Did you? But she
Yeah.
wouldn't have been judging you, but you felt.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then there was only one other person, a friend of ours who had had some time in rehab as well. And oh my God, I still remember the clarity in this guy, like the sparkle in his eyes and the way he stood up so tall. It's the first time I saw what sobriety looked like. And I didn't know about that. Yeah, it was incredible. So yeah.
Is that what planted the seed for you then, Meso?
I don't know, actually.
Or is it-
Maybe. Well, I haven't really made the correlation until I just didn't know about it. I saw him and thought that was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen, the change in him.
Yeah.
No, but I think my first stint at sobriety was just because I wasn't I was drinking. Yeah, because I just knew that what I was doing wasn't helping me. It was just an organic thing, really, the way that all unfolded. Yeah.
But maybe, yeah, when you look
Maybe.
back, it might have
been a little subconscious thing.
might have lit up
Some of
one
that.
brain cell.
yeah. Yeah.
Slash.
Oh,
Gunners.
Slash.
So have you read his
I have got
autobiography?
his book. I wonder where that book
Oh,
is.
mate,
I have
have you read it though? Yeah, it's hectic, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
hectic. But
Yeah.
he says, so Slash was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, a form of congestive heart failure caused by many years of alcohol and drug abuse. Originally given between 6 days and 6 weeks to live, he survived through physical therapy and the implantation of a defibrillator.
Oh,
Slash has been clean and sober since 2006, which he credits his then wife, Frera. In 2009, following his mother's death from lung cancer, he quit smoking. So he's a clean bean,
clean bean.
massive clean bean.
Wow.
Oh, Mel Gibson, he's been to AA.
Oh,
Didn't know that. So he's had, alcoholism.
it's amazing how many people have been in and out of
Oh,
rehab, isn't
amazing.
it? Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the lead singer of Metallica, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yes. I've actually seen some of his interviews. And so
Yeah.
can I just read a little quick?
Yeah.
So James Hetfield,
Yeah.
it says, if I want to miss alcohol, I will. I could feed the dog that says this was so great. Remember this. Or I can feed the dog that says, dude, look how great your life is now. Look at the crap you used to be in. It depends on how you look at it. I know that I could go back and fuck things up pretty quickly, and I don't need to do that.
Oh, how good's that?
How good's that?
That's a ripper. That is a ripper.
Sober Celebrities account is bloody great.
It's a banger,
account.
isn't it?
Yeah. Jared Butler,
Yes,
We
we
forgot-
forgot about Jared.
yeah, forgot about
he was
big
part of that
rugged
crew.
Jared. Imagine having him, Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, and Tom Hardy
Oh.
in your sober circle. Let's go for a cup of tea and a walk, boys. Buckle up.
That's just so funny. We said Elton John, didn't we? But this is
said
what
Elton John,
this is
yeah.
what Sober Celebrity said yesterday. I would rather go through life sober, believing I'm an alcoholic, than go through life drunk, trying to convince myself that I'm not.
Isn't that a great one? I saw that
Isn't
yesterday too,
it?
Meso, and I was like, boom,
Yeah. And I just
boom.
think it's so like, we don't all have to label ourselves as alcoholics, but can you go without alcohol?
Yeah, that's the question.
Do you know
that
what I mean?
Yep, 100%.
Can you go without it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just sitting here scrolling now. Oh,
yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh,
The
Oz.
Osbournes, yeah. So this was a couple of years ago, but so between Ozzy, what was his son and daughter's name? I used to watch their show.
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
Let me look it up while you're.
Forgotten. So between the three of them, they've got 20 years of sobriety.
Oh,
They were like on our screens and they weren't they?
yeah.
The Osbournes.
Jack
there
and
1 minute.
Kelly.
Jack and Kelly.
Sharon, Jack and Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
How funny.
Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Flea's off it.
Yeah. Yep. So he's been off it. Oh God, he gave it a massive touch up. So yeah, he was in addiction, and Flea finally kicked his addictions in 1993. So I don't know how he's going these days, but yeah, he would have hit it. Like I haven't read Scar Anthony.
Oh, you haven't read Scar Tissue?
No, Scar Tissue. Sorry, yeah,
it's a ripper.
All right, I need to do it. I've been saying it for years. I've probably been saying about 10 years I need to read that book.
Well, do you know, I'm thinking about all these books that I don't know where they are in the world. They just, you lend them out and you don't know where. Like I'm thinking about Slash. I'm like, what? Who's got that book? Because I definitely had it at some stage.
Oh, Ewan McGregor?
Oh, how good's he?
How good's he?
Yeah.
He's been sober for over 2 decades. Revealed that giving up alcohol was a decision that brought him immense joy and happiness that he had never experienced before. McGregor shared that his drinking had started to spiral out of control during his early 20s, and he would often find himself drinking heavily to cope with the pressure of fame and the film industry. However, as time went by, his addiction only grew worse and he found himself losing control over his life. Oh, the experience. Okay, so then it says it was only after a near-death experience that McGregor decided to get sober. He recalls waking up in a hospital bed, surrounded by doctors and nurses who told him that he had almost died from acute pancreatitis.
Oh,
a condition often caused by excessive alcohol consumption. So that was his wake-up call.
jeez, Louise.
Huge.
Massive.
Huge.
Yeah.
Well, there's some inspiration for you, Pete. So I'm going to send you, after you listen to this potty, send you straight to Sober Celebrities because there's some incredible stories there.
Yeah.
As I said, they're not all like they're different. They've all had different relationships with alcohol.
Yeah. And what about now, Breezer? Like with that's the slow bus celebrities. But what about now? How many people do you know are sober now? Outside you?
There's one girl I know that stopped drinking. Well, it's definitely. I feel like people are cutting back, Meso.
Yeah.
So not sober.
Yeah.
But I feel like the conversations actually there, you know what? This is years ago. I would have been in my sorry to not answer your question, but I just thought of something.
Yeah, right. Go for gold.
I was in my 20s and one of my friends was a good motocross rider. So I'd go out, I'd follow him on tour sort of thing. And he had a couple of other friends that would go with him. And one of them, he was probably like, I was in my 20s, so he was probably in his 30s, I'd say. And he was a bit of a mad cat.
Mad snake.
Cat. And he didn't drink.
Oh.
And he said, I just don't drink because it sends me Burko. And I was like, what? But now I get it. I get it. Like he was possibly had ADHD. I don't know. Like, but he just knew that he was always full of beans anyway. He was always up and about.
Yeah.
So he knew. So he's probably, I'd say, still off. I haven't seen him for years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, I still don't know anyone who's completely, except for our obviously listeners and our Instagram people that chime in, but in my immediate circle, good friend of mine. Yeah, like a really good friend of mine. She doesn't drink, and she stopped drinking when she was 27.
Oh, okay.
Because this is like in my circle of friends. She stopped drinking because it gave her anxiety the next day.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So she's never, we drank in our 20s, but then she never drank.
Wow. Wow.
But that's just no one, it's just, it's just her. Like no one says, go and have a drink.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, well, I think it's been really interesting. I feel like every second person that I'm talking to at the moment, like at work or, it really surprises me how many people are saying they don't drink or they've been off it for this amount of time or obviously the DMs with, colleagues or school friends. So, I'd probably say 1 to 2 people a day are saying that they're off it, which is really, really interesting. And, I think,
And do you know what? I just realised this episode is dropping on the 2nd of, no, hang on a minute. It's dropping on the 3rd of July. So it's dry July. Peeps.
I think the other thing that I've really noticed actually at work is when I'm serving, I'm really surprised how many people don't drink when they're having a meal now.
Yeah, right.
Really surprised.
Interesting.
Well, and because of my headspace as well. And I tell you what I find really, really interesting is when I take people's orders, it's so funny. Like I'll say, would you like, I'll offer them the food and then I'll say, would you like still or sparkling water? And then I'll offer, would you like it, can I offer you a wine or something from the bar? That'll be the next bit. But it's really interesting to see. And I only say this because this is what I would have been like. Move on from the water. What's the wine? Do you know what I mean? I would say, would you like still or sparkling water? And they would say, oh, do you have any wine?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hang on, I'm asking the water bit. I'll get to the wine. Calm down, Kevin. Do you know what I mean? Because that was me. And I can feel eyes burning in the back of my head because I'm taking too long to deliver their wines now. But that was me. That's how I was.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So I'm actually quite impressed how many people just have water with their meals and not have wine. It's really interesting. Awesome. Yeah.
Oh,
so that's
a dog just weeing on my front lawn. Oh, so as long as it's not pooing.
So there you go.
Oh yeah, I think once you start digging around, you will see there's a lot of people that don't drink. And it is becoming, we've had these conversations, it is becoming more and more socially accepted. And there is more choice if you're choosing to have a non-alcoholic drink that's not a soft drink as well. So, hopefully we've given you some inspo. Yeah. Some influential people inspo, I think. Ruby Rose, she was a nice little surprise.
Love a little surprise packet.
Love a little surprise packet.
Love that.
Thanks, Meso. Great little hit out.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Fucking with the pH, so we didn't give it F with the call or text. Phone, fucking with the pH. Give it a ring.
All right, I got this from a friend. What a legend she is for sending me this morning. I love it. She says, so it was the start of the new year and I was all in my new year, new me era and decided to delete the numbers of all the fuckboys in my phone. To be fair, there was only 2. Fast forward a couple of weeks and I'm out drinking on a sunny Sunday arvo and I'm having a great time. And I get a Snapchat from Josh, one of the numbers I deleted. So then I troll through my phone, find his number and text him. The first line of my message leads with capital letters, Joshy.
Love it. Up and about.
Love it. Up and about. He continues to Snapchat me but not reply to my texts, which I thought was rude. I started to get annoyed, which the alcohol did not help, and thought it was a good idea to start sending WTF, wow, messages. I then decided to take myself home, and when I got home, I got a call from a random number. It looked like Michael's number, one of the numbers I had deleted. I was like, weird, he's calling me the same night as Josh. So I call him back, and the voice on the other end definitely was not Michael. It was Josh. My mind flashed to the messages I'd sent the night and how I'd managed to get the numbers mixed up. In a panic, I hung up the phone frantically thinking, how can I unsend messages like Joshy to Michael's phone?
Shit.
Safe to say, Michael woke up to a nice thread of drunk, angry messages not intended for him. So lesson learned, do not drink and dial.
Oh, no, it's a hard no from us, isn't it? Oh, what a pickle. What a pickle.
Oh, what a pickle. I love it so much though.
I could see that was coming when as soon as you said. Oh, that's brilliant.
Isn't that a ripper?
That is a
Isn't that
ripper.
ripper? Yep. So
Love
yeah.
that. Classic. One of your classic phone fuck ups.
It's time for the recommendation of the week.
So I don't think I've done this one, May. So I'm sure I haven't because it was only last Thursday that because I'm not a TV watch. Well, when I say I'm not a TV watcher, by the time I put the kids to bed, it's like 9:00. And then I'm like, well, I need to have a shower and go to bed. As in, like, by the time I finish fluffing and cleaning and doing all that. So I, although the kids and I have started watching $1 Million Island.
Oh.
We've each picked a player that we're barracking for. So anyway, that's a bit of fun. But so I turned on Netflix. It was a Thursday night and I think the kids had the next day, the Friday off school. So I was like, I can have a bit of a later night. Don't have to rush off to school in the morning. So I went straight to documentaries because I'm like, I can't commit to a series because it's too much time of my life. So I watched Stutz. Have you heard of it?
Oh, tell me about that.
It is a documentary by Jonah Hill.
Oh,
Great,
I think
great,
I've
great.
heard. Yeah.
So it's a documentary about his psychiatrist, Phil Stutz, hence why it's called Stutz. And it talks about Stutz's self-care and mental health and the things he puts in place to look after his own mental health.
Oh,
And it's brilliant. I wish I had been taking notes actually whilst I watched it because they give you some really good tools. But the way it's done, it's so candid and there's a few little surprise packages in there. So I had a little cry. It's a beautiful documentary. Really beautifully done, really raw, authentic. And yeah, it only goes for an hour and a half, so not too much of your life where you're sitting down watching it. But yeah, would highly recommend. And I would actually watch it again, I reckon, because I think it's one of those ones you have to go back and watch because the tools they give you are really good. You're like, oh, I love that tool. But then you've got to start practicing those tools. So yeah.
Is this on Netflix?
This is on Netty. Yep, Netflix.
I'm going to go watch that right now. I think
do
I
it,
need
mate.
that in my life. It
Yeah,
sounds like
actually,
what I
it's probably
read
really
right now.
timely for you, mate.
Yeah,
really timely.
Yeah. Need a little bit of that in my life.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, just on that, it was so funny, Breeza. When I was walking, I went and I've pulled up on the coffee. Don't drink coffee when you're anxious, by the way. Not good. No good for you. But I did because I just anyway. But it was so weird. Like anything. Everything was so sensitive. Like I had sensory overload. Like everything was just really irritating and really getting under my skin. It was so weird. Anyway, I'm sure I can go and listen to all of that and put those steps in place. So thank you. I'm recommending our two potty partners actually, Gut Performance and Cinch, because we love them so much. And if you haven't heard about them before, Cinch is an uncomplicated multi-benefit skincare routine packed with clinically proven ingredients and maximum results. And they have given us a discount code of BFB25. They'll get you 25% off their range and single-use products. And they're the best. You've been using them for how long, Breeza?
Oh, about 6 years, 6+ years. Yeah.
They're so good. And it's easy. It's uncomplicated. It's just a quick step, like 3-step. Like, people get too overcomplicated and love their products. It's cruelty-free. So that we love. And Gut Performance, which is good for our gut. Yes, that's a prebiotic. And it is, what are we giving them? We're getting BFB 15, which gets you 15% off their range as well. I have it every single day. You have it on your porridge.
I do.
I have it just down the hatch, and it has been an absolute game changer for the gut health because 70 to 80% of our immune system's in our gut. So now that we're looking after ourselves, removing booze.
Yep.
Tell me, how's your gut feeling?
Oh, unreal, mate. So I actually bought it I had a naturopath appointment last week and I bought the Gut Performance along to show I was on it and she looked it up and she's like, oh, yeah, stay on that.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. She's like, yep, stay on that. Keep having that every day.
Yeah, good gear. So, it's really good. Yes, thank you, Gut Performance and Cinch. We love having you on board. So,
we do. Nice little reco.
Nice. Thanks so much for today.
Thanks so much, Meso. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yep, calm down. Thank you, listeners. Thanks for coming along for this little journey with me.
Thanks, listeners. That's episode 85. Next week we've got a guest. Don't know who it is because we haven't recorded it yet.
Kirsty.
No, we've had her. We've had her.
Pardon me. That was last week. Sorry.
So we'll let you know who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay
Can't
tuned.
wait.
All right.
Hop on, give us a
See.
share, throw 5 stars, review, and we love you being here. Thanks,
We love
everybody.
you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
This podcast is proudly produced by our audio engineer, music extraordinaire, Eric Ladd.
We love you, Eric.